Weather portion of Ag Week. Now we are looking at the U.S. Drought Monitor, and I really want to focus on the Southern Plains. If you've been watching the news the last week or so, many areas down here, especially in Oklahoma, are literally, figuratively, specifically on fire. Of course, this is fire season. It's grass fire season in the Southern Plains, but the drought is actually beginning to expand a little bit. There have been a few thunder showers popping up, but so far, the severe weather season in the Southern Plains has been largely absent. The stormy weather has been up here in the Middle West. And so what we're seeing down here is dry getting drier. It's something to keep an eye on because as we get into summertime, we've had kind of a high amplitude weather pattern the last few months, ups and downs. Who knows, will this rainfall eventually fill in and help this area out, or will drought in the Southern Plains begin to expand? Most of the nation is not really particularly dry. Obviously, all the heavy rain in California this winter has largely removed California from any severe drought, and most of the state is now removed from drought altogether. So that's good news for the almonds and the oranges and the cotton and everything else they grow in California. Most of the wheat, corn, beans belt of the United States is in pretty good shape, except down in winter wheat areas where it continues to be quite dry. So we'll have to keep an eye on things. Weather for the time being. This weekend, of course, it's been quite cold into the northern plains, and that cold will be retreating. Jet stream will be building up a little bit through the west, and there'll be some warm temperatures building in those areas. Here in the northern plains and across the upper Midwest, it's not really going to get warm like it has been. It'll stay cool, but the really cold air will be in retreat this week, and it'll likely stay mostly just up there around Hudson Bay. As far as any precipitation goes this week, a little weather system quickly moving out, probably nothing heavy with that, but it'll turn into a little bit more of a weather system in the northeast. With this high amplitude up and down pattern, I really don't look for any major storms, just little swaths of rain and snow through the Midwest and northern plains from time to time. Looks like by the end of the week, a little storm system will be developing again in that same area of the Illinois, Indiana, Ohio area of the Midwest where there will be some storms. The second week now, March 29th to 25th, the jet stream will continue to waffle. I look for a bit of a cool down, nothing really frigid here, but back below freezing, at least in the northern part of this, and cool weather going all the way down into Texas briefly. That won't last, of course. As far as precipitation goes, still we're looking at mostly narrow swaths of precipitation, nothing terribly organized or widespread over mostly over the next 2 weeks. So as we get on into the middle of the March, cooler weather into the northern plains, that's likely. Precipitation through the area, mostly just light snows, some of it light rain. But the Southern Plains, that bears watching. It's dry in Oklahoma.